Have you ever been at an IEP team meeting for your child, an individualized education program meeting, and you're describing to the team that you have an idea about a service you think your child might like, or maybe extended school year, perhaps, I don't know, an after-school program of some sort, and the response from the team is, well, we don't do that here.
Oh, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
I hear it a lot.
Again, that is something that when you hear a phrase like that, your antennas need to go up.
Yeah.
And you need to say, okay, let me pay attention to what this
Something
answer
about
is
this
going to
doesn't
be.
feel right, is what I would say. And that's one of the things I love about the IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, is I think it's a very instinctual statute. When something doesn't feel right, it's probably not in keeping with the law. And it really is a good law that way in most instances. So we don't do that here. Here's the big problem with a statement like that, is the I in IEP is individualized, right? Okay, it's an individualized education program. The whole focus is supposed to be on the unique needs of the child. So if you say, my child requires summer services, and the response you get is, we don't do summer services in this district, or my child requires another 2 hours a week of some support outside of school, and the response is, we don't do services after school, or we don't do home services, or we don't do, anytime that we get that, we don't do. What they're telling you is, we're not individualizing this program. We're just doing what we do for all children. And that is that flies in the face of the letter and the spirit of the federal law.
And in fairness, sometimes it might just be that they really never have done something. It doesn't mean that they perhaps can't and shouldn't.
Yes.
And so don't let that type of a comment stop you. You need to continue that conversation with something like, well, I appreciate the fact that you may have never done it before, but I'd like to bring this back to my child's unique needs and have a discussion about what might be appropriate.
Right. So you could say, and hey, there's a first time for everything. And, you know, you don't have to be it in an antagonistic way, but there's a first time for everything. So maybe we could put our heads together as to how we should do it for my child, because I think he or she clearly needs it, or the doctor says he or she clearly needs it. Another thing you could say, because we don't do that here, is hinting at there's a policy or a procedure in place for that. So you might ask, is that a policy of the school district that you don't do that? And if the answer is yes, we do have another segment where we talk about,
see the policy?
May I please see the policy? That's right.
Excellent.